last time on Utopia Podcast, the party continued on the road from Winston to Flarinsia. They made it past the pseudo-dragons and made camp for the evening, having deep conversation. Morgus having a strange encounter with Maya and then a flash of memory. Godfrey having a strange encounter with Erebus. And Livy having a strange encounter with his own extended existence. They then took a long rest, continued on the road to Flarinsia, and that is where we find the party.
All right, so yeah, you're about a half an hour away from Flarinsia. Where do you all want to go?
I think the first thing we should do is stop at the court and explain what's going on with Godfrey, so we just don't leave him to chill out in the city alone with Morgus.
We need to go to the court. I need to see Ulu. But I think Godfrey's right. I don't know that Weaver would love you there right now.
I have some business I do have to take care of in the city. I could break off and we can meet back up. Do you think Weaver will take kindly to knowing what I've become?
I like to think,
Or do you
as much as nobody knows Weaver, I like to think that she wouldn't like to be surprised by this news, but is sensible enough to view it from all aspects and really consider what's a risk and what's not.
Are we considering the possibility of concealing anything from Weaver?
You want to keep your membership?
That'd be nice,
Godfrey,
for sure.
I wouldn't recommend concealing anything from her.
I'll follow that lead.
All right.
You only learn through consequences.
Really hope a
Gotta
horse
find
isn't
out through
involved.
them.
Wow.
Well,
You're gonna
I
be okay
also
on your own?
think...
Sorry, Morgus. What?
Oh, no. I also think it kind of depends on the lie. I didn't tell
Yes.
any of you I was a Dampier because I thought you would murder me in a bloody vengeance. And I was harmless to people. If it's not going to hurt anyone, and if
Fair.
yeah, very weird. I came into this court
Alright.
having no one ever knowing about this, and now I have so many people.
As you continue to chat about this, you kind of break through the trees and you can see the walls of Winston and the farms and the fields around you. Or sorry,
got turned around.
Florencia.
Do we take a wrong turn? Do we have to go back through the pseudo-dragons again? No.
I think I saw that tree before.
You end up in Florencia. Well, outside of Florencia.
Oh, my home, my beautiful
And as you
home.
break through the trees into the farmland, you can see from this far away. You can tell, especially you, Livy, and those who have lived in this city. Zibba, maybe not as much, but everyone else, there are buildings missing from this skyline.
Oh,
What?
oh, that's new.
That seems problematic.
Do we see signs of a battle?
Pretty far out still. You're kind of in the suburbs, right? You're out where the trees have stopped being cleared and the farmlands start to take place. You're probably about, you're looking down from the top of a hill about a half a mile away to the wall.
There were buildings that were here, and they're kind of no longer there. No, they were pretty solid. Younger than me.
That seems problematic.
You should probably go check in quick then. Hopefully someone's around at the court that could let you know.
Where should we meet you, Godfrey?
I was going to go to the docks. Do you want to meet at the docks, or we could meet in the gardens afterwards?
Docks are probably safer, I'd think.
All right.
See if George is around. Tell George to tuck you away in that little alcove he's got by his little dinghy.
Got it.
Great.
Okay.
Godfrey, you are following the main path, or are you heading outside the walls?
I'm following the main path.
Okay. And the rest of the party following the main path, they're skirting around the outside to get to the Carousel Court. The fastest way would be to skirt around the outside.
Yeah, let's go the fastest way, I'd say, right?
Well, it seems like a good idea.
Well, it doesn't seem
Well,
dangerous.
No,
Just
but let's not fuck around. Let's chop.
I think Morgus is going to go with Godfrey unless Godfrey specifically opposes.
Godfrey doesn't.
Great. As both parties, Livy, Zibba, and Sille, as you skirt around the side of the wall, you quickly see that part of the wall is gone, smashed through. And Godfrey and Morgus, you see this as well. And there's just a line through the city, almost as if something just walked through and wrecked everything. And as you look over to the right, away from the city, as you walk towards the Carousel Court, it continues through the trees up to the northwest.
Godfrey? Does that remind you of something?
Yeah. Does it look bigger or smaller than the Cyclops' rampage?
It looks to be about the same, but this didn't stay. This wanted very specifically to go somewhere. And as Godfrey and Morgus, you get to the center of town to walk through on your way to the docks. The temple itself, the roof is missing. The south side
The temple of Mysheria, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh. Hell dog.
Seems to be the start of where this destruction happens.
This is a big city, right? There's people around?
Mm-hmm. Yep. The other things that you all notice as you trek to your destinations, you see these piles of bat-winged, gnome-sized, black, purple, white, yellow, all different colors skinned creatures with horns sticking from their heads and sharp teeth. And they're just like dead in these mounds. And as you start to look at the people around you, there are some with crutches, some with wrapped arms, some that seem sad and crying. They seem to be moving around it.
But like, do they at this point, do they still like acknowledging it? Is there people trying to like deal with it or fix things, find people or go through stuff?
It's the evening at this point. I would say, Zibba, as you, Sille, and Livy are outside of the wall, you walk by, the guard barracks part of town, and you can see exhausted looking guards with pulleys and rope and all different rebuilding materials. And Godfrey and Morgus, you can see a few crews like leaving different places up through the rubble, but it seems like most of that has kind of ended for the day.
Yeah, Morgus, this is really familiar.
I started at the church, and it went that way. And Morgus points generally, like just through the line of destruction, just like toward the horizon. Where does my finger fall along the horizon?
Livy takes out his map.
What am I looking at if I'm following that path?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, it ends up breaking to the ocean. So it's destruction all the way to the ocean. Yeah, you look at the map, Livy. What are you looking for?
Oh, I was just gonna where this line of where could it possibly be going?
There's not anything on this map northwest of the city aside from ocean and forest.
We need to get to the Carousel Court.
All right. I need one person from each party to roll for initiative so we can see who goes first.
I'll go.
16.
Okay.
24.
All right. Morgus and Godfrey. You make it to the docks. You see fishermen and different workers, traders closing up shop, getting off boats, heading home.
Godfrey, should I follow your lead, or do you not want to attract attention to yourself?
I think priorities kind of changed. I was initially coming down to hopefully charter a boat to take it out on the water for a peaceful day.
Oh.
Yeah, seems like things are a bit worse than that, but maybe we still can.
Sure.
Yeah. I've got to say, Morgus, have you been waking up more often in the night, or is it just now that I'm awake and always recognizing it?
I think it's more often. Since
More often.
the memory break that I had.
Okay.
There was... After those people talked to me, had me talk about Maya, something didn't sit right, and I don't know, I felt untrue. I felt some sort of infidelity, or it was strange. It's just, I could feel it down in my bones.
When you were talking about Maya?
Yes. And the other night, I think it was Maya or Maya's influence that woke me in the first place. I'm hardier than I was before.
Oh, okay. All right. Are you doing all right with all of that? You feeling stable?
Yes, actually, I'm feeling a little more grounded.
It's good to hear.
I mean, I'm not worried about my... perhaps I should be. It's not something I'm going to try to entertain, but it's not something I'm going to close out either.
All right.
But it was what came after waking up that... I don't know. Things are... Something's clearing up, something opened or unlocked. I followed that sense of betrayal. And I remembered so much. And Morgus will, in detail, describe the entire scene from beginning to end.
It's great that you're getting your memory back, Morgus. Just keep me in the loop, all right?
I will.
Okay. I think I see George over there.
I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask you as a player, because I don't. Did Morgus describe to you the original? Did Morgus describe to Godfrey the original vision?
No.
Okay.
Do I see George?
Yeah. He's like patting a small turtle on the back as they like waddle away in like bright yellow linen with like a linen cap.
George.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. Yes. What is going on? We've been gone for a couple of days and this is chaos.
Oh. Yeah. Well, Cyclops came.
Cyclops.
And didn't seem to want anything. It just ran through the town. And then all these like bat things came and were trying to take people and like kill them. So everyone fought. Got him. We took him out. There's a bunch of mages trying to figure out how to close some kind of portal at the temple.
Great. Do you have a boat that I could charter for the next day or so? It's just, like a day
Oh, yeah,
trip.
sure.
Great. How much would that be?
Like a houseboat, like a working boat, like a dinghy.
Like something that would be nice to just take around the bay. Just have like a relaxing boat trip. Maybe for like up to 5 people.
Yeah. That'd be 7 silver a day.
A day. Okay. All right. And that's payment before or after or...
If you know how many days, I'll take it now. Otherwise, I'll keep track in my ledger. And he pats like a leather book in his
I
pocket.
don't know how many days it will be. But let's just take 3 gold as down payment.
Oh, all right.
And we'll see where it lands at the end. This is also because Sille wanted me to ask you to tuck me away in your place, if that's okay.
Oh. Well, are you gonna get on the boat or are you like around here?
Like
Do anything for
like
Sille?
around here.
No questions asked. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Are you ready now?
I am Morgus. Are you?
Morgus is the houseboat like right by us? Can we see it?
It's like out off the jetty. There's a few different jetties. It's pretty big,
Okay.
like docking area.
I think Morgus's eyes kind of wandered to the houseboat. And he's just kind of looking wistfully at it. Oh, what?
Are you ready to go get tucked away? Or is there something else that you needed to do?
That sounds
Or wanted
cozy.
to.
Why not?
Great. We're good, George.
Sure.
All right. This way. Takes you. His big Leonin lion mane, just like bouncing as he kind of jaunts. His walk is like very like bouncy and lumbering. His tail just kind of flips behind him. And you walk through. He kind of ducks to get through this wooden door, and it's just a little room that looks like his office. And he opens another door in the back. Don't tell anyone, but this is where I take naps sometimes. And there's like a cot and a dresser and a lamp and a little desk through this little back room and this little like shed that's meant for the dockmaster.
Secret safe with me.
All right. You don't need me to lock you in or anything, right?
No.
Okay. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Morgus
You
just
too,
raises an eyebrow as he looks up at Godfrey.
Godfrey, like, just returns with the mask stare.
Yeah.
As you get settled into this space, and you're able to kind of, even though you're not, like, you're home in a way, right? So you catch the salty water air on your nose. You feel the cooler breeze. You just feel more grounded in this city that you both have found and lost yourselves both in the last few weeks, months. We'll head back to the other three.
Psst, hey, come here. No, I'm not here to tell you anything new about dice. You know, they're weirdly collectible, they're totally necessary, they're crucial aspects of gameplay that you just never seem to have enough of. But I do want to tell you about our new partnership that all of you could benefit from. Look, Ogopogo Gaming is a 100% women-owner, queer-owner dice and gaming company out of Philly, and they've offered to give all Utopia viewers 10% off online orders. Just visit ogopogogaming.com. That's OGOPOGO gaming.com and use promo code UTOPIA, that's UTOPIA, at checkout. You'll get 10% off your dice and you'll be supporting us. It's so cool. It's awesome. Now go get some dice and roll them. Oh, hell yeah, it's the 19. Let's go.
Zibba, Livy, Sille leading the way through the winding labyrinth of paths through the tall grass on the beach that lead to the Carousel Court. And as you approach the full moon shining bright, you can see all the crevices of the silvery light shining in this clear, clear night. You see Gahesh leaning against the building, smoking a cigarette. We're back! Oh.
There's a lot, I think, that needs to be discussed on both sides immediately.
Sweeverin?
You know where to find her.
Hey, Gash, what the fuck?
He rolls his eyes and takes a big, long drag of his cigarette. Don't ask me. Some Cyclops came out of nowhere.
And
even
everyone
Linus
here?
doesn't know how to close that stupid teleportation circle. Fine. Everyone's fine.
What do you mean teleportation circle? Where?
The temple. It's not related, is it?
It's very related. It's
Well,
very related.
We did also run into a Cyclops. Different place, though.
Cool.
Right.
Is that related? You don't think it's related, right? How many places got attacked by a Cyclops?
Did your place have a red
I
light?
think it might be there.
Yeah. How many places had red lights?
Our place had a red light.
We might have
Definitely saw
we
some
might
red
have met
lights.
the person we might have met the person responsible.
It's right, like you probably
I don't know.
only attacked like big cities.
Did I get
I've
an
just been
email?
here.
I need to go home, like right now. I need to go.
Zibba, relax.
There's horses. I rode one once, right? That can get me there fast. There's a teleportation circle. Will that take me there?
No.
I
it
don't
will
think
not take you
that's the
there.
one you want to take home. Let's go inside. Let's find Weaver. Yeah?
We'll talk to
Come
Weaver
on.
about this. We'll calm down. We have to let everyone know. And then depending on Weaver says, we'll get you home, okay?
You sure as shit can't go out there now with that Cyclops running around.
It's still out there? Where'd it go?
I haven't seen it since it came out and essentially just ran that way. He points to the line of destruction.
It's not in the right direction, so should be fine, but what if there are some other Cyclops?
Kid, you got a rash growing in on your neck we gotta take a look at inside before we go anywhere else. Do you have any idea what you were putting in that armor?
What are you talking about?
Zibba is still wearing the vest.
I don't see anything.
The vest that they found at the Knoll Barn, and Livy is still wearing the cloak that he
Yes,
found
I have
at the
no
Knoll
shirt.
Barn.
His nips are cold. And very uncomfortable.
This probably also has burn marks now from climbing that Cyclops while it was on fire.
I'm gonna level with the pair of you. This is the only place you're getting in Flarinsia, and it's only by the grace of knowing the people here. I really think we should get inside now.
Yes, absolutely.
2 more, I'll meet you in there. He pulls out a fresh cigarette from his tin.
Man, you gotta go easy on those.
Like coughs as she walks by.
Livy just stops breathing for a second as he walks by. I think you forget he can just do.
You hear the tink of armor as Ulu works close to the main entrance off to the left. You continue forward into the main dining hall and you see K-Pa, Linus, and Fern sitting around the table and a few new faces, people you don't know, and they look towards the more senior members of the court and get some nods as they leave the room, and then you all hear like a clattering of pans, metal, wood in the back coming from the kitchen area.
Do I walk past Ulu?
If you want to go in, you can go in.
Is she on the way? Do I see her or would I have to go out of my way to her?
No, she's on the way.
As I walk past her, I'm gonna look at her and I'm gonna kind of use a little bit of our semaphore and just a nod and give her like a head kind of tilt, like I haven't forgotten, I will get you on the way out.
She just like opens her eyes really wide, and like her mouth kind of opens a little bit, and you see her like drop what she's holding into water, and you hear tss, she like turns really fast and you keep going.
It's like a real quick, it's like a don't talk to me right now. Yep. I will get you when we get out.
Great.
And I'll head back towards the kitchen.
You're back. K-Pa looks at you all.
We're back. But to what? What the fuck? Gahesh said that it just ran right through?
Yeah, we have no idea what's going on. On top of all that, the princess has now killed about 3 people, so.
It's killed 3 people? Wait, the princess has killed 3 people?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a
Where
feeling
is her
this might not be-
father?
You know, I've been camped out there every day since before I met you two. And before all the shit. And I've never once seen him.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is not... Okay. Where's Weaver? We need to talk about this. Things have happened.
Weavy! And she calls back to the kitchen, and Weaver comes out. She's wearing like this flax apron, and her hair's all disheveled, and she has like flour all over her. What? And like, Sille, this is strange. You've never seen Weaver look this undone.
Oh, you are not good, are you?
She just turns on her heel and walks back to the kitchen.
I'm gonna follow her back, but
we need
lots of several paces behind.
What did you say, Livy?
He's actually going to shut up as soon as he sees Sille handling. He's like, I'll let someone who knows her better deal with this.
As I'm walking down, I'll put my hand kind of back behind me, like it's fine. I got it.
Zibba's just like absentmindedly biting her nails, following you guys.
Livy is like, as you're like getting like
Weaver.
He's going into professor mode and getting everything they know like on a like a board. Do you know that meme where like where the person is like the conspiracy with like all the tax? That's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah. Great.
Well,
K-pop looks at you, Livy. Before we do that, was there a Bigfoot?
Yes!
Livy stops and slowly looks at her, eyes haunted.
Really?
It was real.
Was it eating people?
No.
They're very nice people. Okay?
Oh.
You shouldn't judge them before you get to know them.
There was a Cyclops though.
Her name was Susan.
The Cyclops?
No, the Bigfoot.
No, not the Cyclops.
I didn't ask the Cyclops first name.
Probably had one.
Let me prepare my unhinged professor/conspiracy.
Oh, do you know your Cyclops name? Did you stop him on trampling through the city and ask him what his name
It all
was?
happened in a matter of like 3 minutes.
We have its eye.
You have its eye?
We like murdered it and we have its eye, but yeah. Or it's like the lens.
That's
Godfrey
disgusting.
did horrifying things to that Cyclops. Yes.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yes, it is.
Can we start from the beginning?
You were also on fire.
As you retell the story of events of you both going to Winston, do you leave anything out?
Sille does not. I
he's-
will leave that.
Is Weaver here?
Weaver and Sille are having a separate conversation in the bakery,
Okay.
the kitchen.
Yeah,
the
While
kitchen.
we're retelling it, can I add
he-
oddly specific
Something
useless
happened to
details?
Godfrey. He'll say something happened to Godfrey, but like, I want you to tell that to Weaver, and he'll tell her that like it's a little bit sensitive, and he wants to like, and he doesn't want to betray Godfrey's trust, and he wants to see what Weaver thinks.
Yeah.
But like, other than that, and besides his damperism, he basically mentions everything.
Great. So you don't want them to know that Livy's a dampier.
Livy wants to wait until there are other people around him to tell Weaver, and then see how that reaction goes.
That's fair. Okay. And yes, Amos, you can absolutely have Zibba interjecting with very detailed
about the chocolate chip pancakes Morgus made and how his secret to cooking is really mainly prestidigitation, as well as the color of Susan's hair, how big her feet were in comparison with relative size comparison to Zibba's own feet. That's also critical information.
Yeah, like Livy gets a chalkboard, and half of it's filled with relevant information about this, and the other half is like detailed descriptions of this pancake chocolate thing.
Yeah.
chocolate chip
Beautiful.
pancake.
K-Paw just like listens. Linus is reading a book, but he looks up occasionally. Fern is like, she keeps Druid crafting different flowers and making her own flower crown. And you occasionally hear the murmurs of Sille and Weaver in the kitchen. What? Weaver, you follow Weaver to the kitchen. Sille, she kind of roughly puts down like the earthenware bowl that she had in her hand full of mixing materials of bakery goods and sets it on the ground and grabs the edge of the table there.
The millefeuille again?
Just gotta get it right.
It's a challenge.
Well, normally I'm up for challenges.
How are you set for some bad news?
At this point, she just turns at you. Sille, formalities, please leave those and just tell me what you need to tell me.
And I'll go ahead, sparing no detail, and recount the things that we saw and who we encountered.
You mean those writings we've been receiving on the doorstep are true?
Yeah, who'd have thought?
The forgotten ones are mushrooms?
Listen. At this point, I'm not questioning anything.
And Godfrey but got bit
Yes.
by... You left him, Sille.
I didn't leave him. He told us to go.
Godfrey would tell anyone to go.
And you know I would have gone back. But those other two were my responsibility. And he told me to go.
See, I mean, what do you think?
I don't think he's a risk.
But this thing can track him?
This thing can track him, and while he's not a risk to us, his proximity to the court definitely puts him in danger, puts the rest of us in danger.
Where is he?
He's safe.
Yeah, but where is he, Sille?
Sille looks around and makes sure that it's just the two of us, and then looks at Weaver. He's with George.
I'm trusting you. Anything you all need, anything Godfrey or Morgus needs, they keep paying their dues, they can have it. Don't let them hear.
Understood.
Want a hefty half-mile radius around here.
You got it.
And come get your stupid gold. She leaves the bowl on the counter and turns and heads back to the main room with Livy and Zibba.
As Sille's walking out, she she kind of lifts up one of the bits of like dough off the side. Gotta keep the butter cooler before you roll it in.
All right. It's hard, okay?
You get it. And she walks out.
I will say, as we're like wrapping up our retelling of events,
Or psychotic retelling.
yeah, like it's. I will say that like someone's like really excited and describing the fight and like the moves she got to do and all the hero work she did. You know what I mean, like that. But as it gets closer to retelling how like, and then they showed up here, and they saw what happened and kind of leading into someone else taking over the conversation and our friend that we're speaking with telling their side. So it gets quieter and goes, and now we don't know how many Cyclops are and how and where they are and what cities they hit and who they affected. And they could be my family. And I don't.
Fern will just like tentatively like go to put a hand on your shoulder and like look at you for permission.
Zibba just kind of looks at her lost.
She goes ahead and she places her hand on your shoulder. It's okay. We don't know where this Cyclops is. And there were only 5 lights, right? So there can't be that many. And they were all very close. If you're from far away, then your family has nothing to worry about.
I don't have the map memorized. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Livy has a map, and So he puts a circle on Winston. He puts a circle on Flarinsia. Can he like somewhat remember, like, because he saw all the lights? Would it be possible to like remember where it is and circle them?
Give me a history check.
See if it's anywhere. Oh boy, let's see. 22.
Yeah. You quickly find markers of ranger towers. And you remember where you saw the lights in the sky. There were 6 total lights. There are 5 ranger towers and the Temple of Flarinsia. And it all seems to be concentrated in Ebcanor.
Okay.
Well, this is where they all are. I think your family.
Those are all the ones we could see.
I believe.
Just because we can't see over the mountains doesn't mean there wasn't more there.
I believe, considering what we've learned about the cult, that it was.
What have we learned
here?
What have we learned? We saw one scary guy, maybe a vague, I don't know even how Godfrey tried to describe whatever the heck that was in the tower.
I believe the events and when we first came there are connected.
We still don't know anything though. We thought the priestess was running it. We thought we got rid of her, and yet now the princess is killing people. We don't know who's in charge of this thing. We don't know how it's structured or what their goal is, what they're doing. What do we know? All we know is they hurt people, and we don't even know who they've hurt.
I do know one thing. Going into a panic and running around will not help anyone. Right now, we're going to have to do the boring and somewhat stressful task of gathering what we do know and putting it in digestible information.
All I'm good at is running.
Then I will do the boring work and I will point you in the direction you need to go. Do you trust me on that?
I don't know how to do anything else than run away.
Hey, pretty sure you did not run away from that Cyclops. You're scared, and that's normal. I am scared too. You have people that are important for you, and you're worried about them. That's completely justifiable. But instead of worrying about what you can't do, let's sit down, take a deep breath, and digest what has happened so we can see what we can do next, okay? We've had a long few days, and you being exhausted and running back out in the wild isn't going to help anyone. Rest up, see how you feel tomorrow, and then we'll talk.
What time is it?
It's pretty late. It's probably at this point, it's like, I mean, it's not, I shouldn't say pretty late. It's like late evening, 6:37.
So the sun's still up?
Not in spring. It's pretty much down.
I thought you said the moon was out.
Yep.
That was the crow thing earlier. Is it still? What time is it?
It's dark. We couldn't get that far anyway.
Sille and Weaver come back into the room. With that, we'll head back over to Morgus and Godfrey. What are y'all doing?
Morgus, did those Cyclops tracks go straight into the sea? Did I see that right?
Yes.
And the last Cyclops that we dealt with was specifically looking for Maya, right?
That's true.
So what is this Cyclops looking for?
Do you think some gods are targeting others? I mean, that's what Erebus was doing with Maya.
Yeah, but why?
They're gods, fuck if I know.
God. It's so downtrodden, isn't it? Just fucking gods everywhere. I wish...
Yeah.
Does Livy have that catalog that the Mushroom King gave us?
Pantheon of the old gods, or
Yeah.
the gods, or whatever.
I think it might be
so.
important for us to try to look at that. Because there's like a god of the sea. Do you remember one?
Morgus is going to rack his brain to see if he's heard of a god of the sea, whether from that source or others.
Give me a history check.
Okay. I roll die.
You rolled die.
14.
Okay. Yeah, I think you remember. There, in the pantheon of the old gods, there isn't a god of the sea, but there is a goddess of water. Vamras. And it's said that she tends to the waters of Ventinos.
Yeah, I'll share that information.
In the pantheon of the new gods, there's no mention of a water god or goddess.
Yeah, I'll share that, and Ventinos is quite a different direction. True? From where those tracks were leading. Ventinos is south. Not north.
Right. And what is it going towards? Also, I'm sorry if I glazed over this. We were in the middle of a crowd and I kind of panicked when we were talking about it. Did you say Maya woke you up the other night?
Yes. Wasn't anything weird. It was
No.
just a wake-up call.
That just means that she's alive, right?
I would assume, yes.
And I was racked with guilt thinking we had just left her to die. Thank you.
Oh, you're more than welcome. The impression that Maya's wily is, however determined Erebus was, Maya's got, Maya's unpredictable. Scrappy.
Yeah. This room's kind of small, isn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm sort of gonna park at the desk.
I hope they should show up soon.
You hope there's what sort of soup?
I hope everyone else gets here soon. I'm getting a little cramped. It's a really small space, and I'm...
Yeah, now I'm hungry. Fuck.
Oh, I didn't even
Do
ask.
you like some soup?
I can't eat. And I forgot that you need to eat.
That's true. I'm going to go
Morgus.
get soup.
Okay, good. Yeah. I'll stay here.
Can I get you anything? Something to color with,
Yes, I'd love some crayons. That would be great.
Sure. New hobbies and all that. Some All right. I'm going to go off looking for soup and some sort of colored wax.
Yeah, you're familiar with the city. You just head to the Drunken Stump. There's Murph behind the bar. It's the closest pub.
I want to bring him back like a menu that you can color on the back of if they have that. Why do I think the Drunken Stump has that?
They do.
I'm going to bring like 4 of those, like 2 of 2 different pictures just for fun.
You get like a very hearty, yummy, delicious, like white curry kind of a chowder.
Ooh. They have like it's like a curry. Do they have like any kind of like little side of like hot grain, like rice or barley or something I could get with it?
Yep. Comes with rice. You even get like some roasted cabbage with like fish sauce. Soy sauce. But Morgus is vegetarian, so you can omit that.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Oh. Yeah. And then after that I'll go pick up two more things. Well, I mean I'll get like the little coloring menu things as like a gag, and then I'll get some like really fucking cheap crayons essentially. But then I want to get like a nice sketchbook and like maybe a couple nicer versions of various art supplies, nothing extensive, and then like a little pouch or pack to keep everything in.
Okay. Great. I'll tell you how much all of that costs in a future moment.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll head back, and as Morgus sort of walks in and closes the door behind him, Bitsy just sort of fades in from nothing and flutters up sort of onto the dresser maybe, and the Drunken Stump has more resources than I expected. And he'll put his little food package down on the desk, and he'll hand Godfrey the color menus and the little packet of shitty crayons.
The sarcasm is really hard to get past the mask, isn't it?
Yeah, no,
I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you.
Well, I'm just fucking with you. Those are actually just sort of a gag, but to make a bit more of a point, I gather this, and he'll take out the pack and the sketch journal. I found that you're in a new phase, and I found that new pursuits helped me discover I suppose, especially when you don't know what you're looking for. If you can, no matter how good or bad at something you are, if you just have something to focus on, you might find
that's a
something
great
new.
idea.
So
Thank
he'll
you.
give you the sketchbook and the art supplies.
You're 7 gold all in.
Woo, girl.
That's a discount.
Those better be
man.
some like decent art supplies, hopefully. Good stationery.
It's nice, but it's not like artisan level.
No. Like nice beginner, has an adult job, can't afford on their own.
Mm-hmm. All right, we head back over to Sille, Livy, and Zibba with the members of the Carousel Court.
Just casually having breakdowns.
Weaver hands out the gold and hands Sille the extras for Godfrey and Morgus. You'll make sure they get this, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
She's only gypped them once by giving it to a child.
I mean,
really?
they needed it more.
I didn't think you liked children.
I don't, but I like them in pain a lot less.
Right.
That's good.
At this point, Ulu walks into the room carrying these bright silver ornate gauntlets with these just like beautiful flowers that blossom at the top of the hand and find their way up to the end, the middle of the arm. And the fingers are just like delicately stamped with a rough texture as the scallops of the scales around the fingers kind of curl and turn, and you see it shimmer in the candlelight of this room.
Is that for me?
Livy like gets a little like a little cat like smile as he just like looks at the gauntlets and then at Sille.
Deal's a deal.
A mischievous little glint in his eyes.
Deal's a deal.
Gotta give me the old ones.
Yeah, I do. But, I don't... Here's the thing. I don't know that I can wear these with the rest of it looking as shit as it does.
Sille, that is the biggest garbage I've ever heard. You made a deal with me, and I spent the last 7 days making you the coolest, the most radical gauntlets I've ever made.
I need the rest of it, Ulu.
You never wanted the rest of it.
I mean, now I've seen it. Also, I don't know. I don't know. And she looks over at Livy and Zibba, and then this expression comes over Sille that like hasn't, and I don't know that it's something that if Weaver is paying attention, she's seen come across her, but real brief, for a brief second. And she looks back to Ulu and she shrugs. I'm gonna need the rest of it. What
All right,
you?
well, these are on the house, but if you want a full set armor, like, you're gonna have to make a whatever, like, I mean, I could melt down your old shit to make something else, but like, geez, that's a little...
Nah, we gotta get rid of this old shit.
Gauntlets. She holds out her hand.
And she starts to undo them.
Hey, you said it. As you unlock, like you undo the buckles holding on the gauntlets, just like this rust falls, showers down onto the ground. That is it. That is a wrap on episode 51 of the podcast. As always, when I give my spiel, join us on Patreon, join the Discord community, follow us on the socials. We're on TikTok now at Autumn Moon Studios. If you haven't checked out the new podcast, Both is Good, go check that one out as well. We're moving and shaking. We got a stream coming up on August 25th. Little teaser. Everyone is playing Mushroom Folk from the Mushroom King Kingdom, and it's gonna be cozy. It's gonna be so fun. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening. Intro and outro by Nolan Clock. Everything else by myself and the cast. Have a great day.